Welcome everyone. Let's go ahead and dive right on into this simple and easy peach cobbler that everybody's going to be loving. We're going to start out with 2 pre-made pie crust. This is just your regular one that you can get from the store, and I am going to go in with 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of flour dissolved in water. For my spices, I have cinnamon, nutmeg, and a pinch of salt, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter, some freshly squeezed lemon juice, vanilla, peaches, and heavy syrup, as well as a 8x8 baking dish. To start this out, I'm going to melt 2 tablespoons of that butter, and I'm going to throw in my peaches with the juice, okay, all the juice. If you don't want all the juice, just drain about 1/4 of it. I'm going to go in with my brown sugar and all of my spices, okay. If you like more cinnamon, you're free to add more. And this lemon juice is going to cut through some of the sweetness, add a little bit of tartness, and is a wonderful complement to these peaches. You want to let this cook through for a little while and then throw in your flour dissolved in water to start to thicken up this juice. If you like yours are very thick, you can use cornstarch, or you can even use a tablespoon of flour, but this is good for me. I like mine a little bit on the loose side. Now, to prep our baking dish, I melted the other 2 tablespoons of butter, and I am going to go ahead and grease my baking dish so that I can get a delicious buttery crust. Okay, now I know this recipe is already looking good, so you need to go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these easy, simple recipes that taste super bomb. Okay, I'm going in with 1 of my pie crusts, and I'm going to press it in well into the dish. Now, if you want to double this for a crowd, you're going to need 2 boxes of pie crust, and you're going to use about 3 of the crust, 2 for the bottom and about 1 for the top. Okay. I decided that I wanted to make a little design on the top of my cobbler. So I'm going to set my baking dish aside, and I'm going to take out that top pie crust. Now I'm going to be cutting this into strips that are about 1 inch, and I'm going to be forming a somewhat lattice type design on the top of my cobbler. Now this is optional, but I think it looks really cute and it's so easy. But of course, alternatively, you can just take your whole top pie crust and set it on top, and then cut some little slits for ventilation so the juices can come out. Now, in my baking dish, I'm just going to simply lay across my strips. Now, I have a really small baking dish, so I'm going to do about 3 pieces of the cut pie crust across, and then I'm going to take 3 pieces and go the other direction. It's going to give sort of a fake little lattice design that I think will just look really cute on the top of your pie crust. Now, if you get in the situation where one of your strips is a little too short, then just take one of the broken off pieces, like you saw me trim one of the other ones down, and I just stuck it there and made it longer. When you bake, no one's going to know the difference, and you know what? This is going to taste so good that no one's really going to care that you had to do a little extension there. Now, this is my cute little design, and I am going to go in with the rest of the butter, and I'm going to brush it on top because I want that nice brown color on the top of my pie crust. I think it looks so appetizing and super delicious. So spread it all out. Now, optionally, you can also go in with a little bit of cinnamon sugar on your crust. Now this is going to make your crust crunchy and also sweet. I use about 1 tablespoon of cinnamon sugar. You don't have to do this because it does also make your pie sweeter. So you just determine how sweet you like your pie or your cobbler, and it's up to you. Now I'm going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 50 minutes until that top is super golden and everything's bubbly. And look at this delicious peach cobbler, guys. This is too easy to make, and I had to get me some, and I put a little whipped cream on it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen.